The lights inside the stadium weren't even at full intensity yet. No giant fireworks, no dramatic opening VCR, no official performance had begun. And yet, somehow, all eyes were already locked on one person. The moment Jimin stepped onto the stage during Las Vegas Soundcheck Day 4, the energy inside the venue shifted almost instantly. Fans who had already been buzzing with excitement suddenly became louder. Cameras lifted into the air and social media timelines started moving faster than anyone expected. Because if there is one thing ARMY has learned over the years, it's this: when Jimin walks onto a stage, even casually, anything can happen. And on this particular day in Las Vegas, something unexpectedly charming happened again. Not through a dramatic speech, not through an official performance, but through a playful moment during soundcheck that quickly turned into one of the most talked about fan clips of the day. And honestly, that is exactly the kind of magic Jimin has always had. A soundcheck that suddenly felt like a main event. For many fans, soundcheck is already a special experience. It's raw, unfiltered, relaxed. Artists often appear in comfortable clothes, joke around, casually rehearse songs, and interact with fans in ways that feel more personal than the actual concert itself. There is something intimate about seeing global superstars in rehearsal mode. No pressure, no giant production demands, just artists being themselves. And in Las Vegas, Day 4 carried a special kind of excitement. By this point, fans had already witnessed multiple unforgettable moments throughout the concert run. Every night seemed to bring something different: tiny interactions, unexpected fan service, funny moments, and emotional memories that quickly spread across social media. But ARMY also knows something else. Jimin somehow has a habit of making even the smallest moments feel unforgettable. It doesn't matter whether he's standing silently on stage, laughing at another member's joke, or simply waving to fans. People notice, because there is something about his energy that naturally draws attention. And during this soundcheck, that same magnetic quality appeared again. The moment he stepped onto the stage, fans immediately reacted. Even through phone recordings and short clips shared online, one thing became obvious: Jimin looked relaxed, comfortable, completely in his element. Wearing casual soundcheck styling that felt effortless, he moved around the stage with the kind of ease fans have always adored about him. No overly polished performance mode, no intense choreography, just Jimin being Jimin. And somehow, that was enough to make thousands of people lose their minds. The new attraction that fans couldn't stop talking about. What made this moment stand out wasn't necessarily something huge or dramatic. In fact, part of the reason fans loved it so much was because it felt so naturally him. During the soundcheck, Jimin showed off a playful stage moment, an unexpected little attraction that immediately caught everyone's attention. It wasn't planned like a massive concert stunt. It didn't need explosive effects. Instead, it felt spontaneous, relaxed, fun, the kind of thing that only happens when an artist feels genuinely comfortable in front of fans. And maybe that is exactly why people reacted so strongly, because longtime fans know something important about Jimin. He has always had a very specific relationship with the stage. For him, the stage is never just a workplace. It becomes a space where emotion, personality, humor, confidence, and connection all exist at once. That's why even casual moments become memorable. A small expression, a tiny movement, a random interaction. Somehow, Jimin turns ordinary moments into stories fans replay for years. And Las Vegas Day 4 suddenly became another example of that. Across fan discussions online, excitement started spreading quickly. People replayed clips, zoomed in on reactions, shared excited captions. Some fans laughed about how Jimin somehow manages to steal attention without even trying. Others pointed out how naturally entertaining he looked during soundcheck. And many simply agreed on one thing: only Jimin could turn rehearsal into an event. Why Jimin's presence feels different. There's something fascinating about Jimin's presence. People often describe it differently depending on the era. Some call it elegance, others call it charisma. Many describe it as magnetism. But maybe the simplest explanation is this: Jimin knows how to make people feel something, even when nothing dramatic is happening. And that ability didn't appear overnight. Fans who have followed BTS for years know exactly how much effort Jimin has poured into becoming the performer people admire today. Before global stadium tours, before record-breaking achievements, before massive headlines, there was simply a young trainee pushing himself relentlessly. Jimin has openly spoken in the past about how seriously he took performance training. Dance wasn't just something he practiced, it became part of how he expressed emotion. Every movement mattered, every detail mattered, every performance mattered. And over time, that dedication created something unique because Jimin doesn't just perform songs, he creates atmosphere. That's why fans still talk about legendary performances years later. That's why concert clips constantly go viral. And that's why even something as casual as a Las Vegas Soundcheck suddenly becomes headline-worthy among ARMY. He doesn't need a massive spotlight to command attention. Sometimes all he needs is a stage and a moment. Las Vegas and BTS, a relationship fans still remember. Of course, part of what made this moment feel emotional for many fans was the location itself. Las Vegas has become deeply memorable in BTS history. For ARMY, it represents more than concerts. It represents memories, celebration, reunion, excitement. The city became a temporary home for countless fans who traveled from around the world to experience BTS live. Hotels transformed into purple spaces, restaurants played BTS songs, billboards celebrated the members. The entire city seemed to pulse with excitement. And among all those memories, Jimin consistently stood out. Whether through performances, fan interactions, or unforgettable stage moments, he repeatedly left lasting impressions. Fans often describe his energy in Las Vegas as especially warm and playful, comfortable, relaxed, happy. And maybe that's part of why clips like this continue spreading, because they remind people of a specific feeling, the feeling of seeing Jimin enjoying himself, the feeling of watching him simply exist in the moment. And for fans, those moments matter more than people realize. Sometimes it's not about grand announcements. Sometimes it's not even about major performances. Sometimes the moments that stay forever are surprisingly small. A smile, a laugh, a playful movement during soundcheck, a tiny interaction that suddenly means everything. And on day 4 in Las Vegas, Jimin created another one of those memories, without even trying. By the time the short clips from Las Vegas Soundcheck day 4 started spreading online, something funny had already happened. What was supposed to be a simple rehearsal moment somehow turned into a full fandom discussion again. And honestly, most longtime ARMY weren't even surprised, because if there is one pattern fans have noticed over the years, it's this. Jimin somehow makes tiny moments feel huge. It happens constantly. A random laugh becomes a viral edit. A 5-second interaction turns into a trending topic. A casual movement on stage suddenly inspires thousands of comments, fan compilations, and emotional posts. And Las Vegas Day 4 felt exactly like one of those moments. At first glance, it might have looked simple. Just a soundcheck, just rehearsal, just Jimin casually moving around on stage and showing playful energy. But for fans watching, it felt like something more. Because moments like these reveal something people don't always get to see during official performances. The relaxed version of Jimin, the version that isn't hidden behind intense choreography, the version that simply enjoys being present. And fans noticed immediately. Only Jimin could make soundcheck feel like a concert. One thing became very obvious online. People couldn't stop talking about how naturally entertaining Jimin looked. Even before the actual concert began, fans inside the stadium were already reacting like something major had happened. Phones came out instantly, cheering got louder, people laughed. And across fan spaces, comments started appearing almost immediately. Many fans joked that Jimin somehow turned rehearsal into the real event. Others laughed about how nobody could stay calm whenever he decided to be playful on stage. Some fans even pointed out something interesting. There are performers who become life oversized once the music starts. And then there is Jimin, someone who somehow feels magnetic even when nothing dramatic is happening. No giant choreography, no spotlight tricks, no official performance mode, just natural stage presence. And maybe that's the part that fascinates people most, because charisma is hard to explain. You either feel it or you don't. And with Jimin, people feel it instantly. The hidden reason fans love soundcheck moments. There's a reason clips like these spread so quickly. For fans, soundcheck feels personal. Concerts are massive productions, beautiful, powerful, perfectly rehearsed. But soundcheck, that feels human. You see artists in comfortable clothes, you hear imperfect moments, you watch spontaneous reactions. Sometimes they joke around, sometimes they experiment, sometimes they simply walk across the stage and wave. And somehow, those moments become priceless. Especially when it comes to Jimin, because over the years, fans have seen different sides of him emerge in spaces like these. The perfectionist performer, the shy introvert, the playful friend, the caring artist, the unexpectedly funny member. And during Day 4 in Las Vegas, fans felt like they were witnessing one of those lighter moments again, a side of Jimin that looked genuinely comfortable, relaxed, happy. And for many ARMY, seeing that matters more than people realize, because longtime fans know the journey hasn't always been easy. The performer who always pushes himself. Part of why fans become emotional over simple moments involving Jimin comes from understanding his history. For years, Jimin has openly shown how seriously he takes performing, sometimes even too seriously. Fans have watched him hold himself to incredibly high standards, always trying to improve, always wanting performances to feel meaningful, always pushing himself harder, even when fans already thought he had done perfectly. That dedication is one reason so many people admire him, but it's also why moments of visible happiness stand out. When fans see Jimin smiling comfortably on stage, laughing, being playful, enjoying the moment, it feels special, because there were years when fans worried about how hard he pushed himself, years where he openly discussed pressure, self-doubt, perfectionism, wanting to improve constantly. So when people see clips like Las Vegas Day 4, many don't just see entertainment, they see growth, comfort, confidence, someone who looks increasingly free to simply enjoy himself. And perhaps that emotional connection explains why even a small soundcheck moment suddenly became meaningful. Las Vegas always brings out something different. There's also another reason fans reacted so strongly. Las Vegas has always carried a different kind of energy for BTS. Something about the city created unforgettable memories. The atmosphere felt celebratory, loose, exciting. There was excitement everywhere. ARMY traveled across countries, friendships formed in concert lines, purple lights filled the city, and BTS themselves often seemed energized by the crowd, especially Jimin. Fans have often described his Las Vegas energy as warm and playful, comfortable in a way that felt genuine, like he genuinely enjoyed the environment. That same energy seemed to appear again during Soundcheck Day 4. Even in a short clip, fans noticed the relaxed vibe immediately. And once people noticed, there was no stopping the conversation. Edits appeared, reaction posts spread, people replayed the same few seconds repeatedly, because that's another funny thing about fandom culture. Sometimes the smallest moments become the biggest memories, not because they're dramatic, but because they feel real, and real moments stay longer. Why Jimin's little things become big stories. If someone outside fandom looked at the reaction, they might ask, why is everyone freaking out over a sound check? But fans already know the answer, because with Jimin, it's rarely just about the moment itself. It's about what the moment feels like. A tiny smile can comfort people. A playful interaction can brighten someone's day. A casual stage moment can suddenly become someone's favorite memory. That emotional impact is difficult to explain unless you've experienced it. But Jimin has quietly built that kind of connection with fans for years, not through grand speeches, not through trying too hard, but through sincerity, through presence, through the way he makes people feel included, even from a massive stadium stage. And during Day 4 in Las Vegas, many fans felt exactly that again. Something small, unexpected, simple, yet somehow unforgettable. As clips continued spreading online, one thought seemed to repeat itself among fans. How does Jimin always do this? How does he turn ordinary moments into something people replay over and over again? Maybe there isn't one answer. Maybe that's simply part of what makes him Jimin. At this point, many fans watching clips from Las Vegas Soundcheck Day 4 were all thinking the same thing. How does Jimin always manage to do this? Seriously, how does one person casually step on a stage during rehearsal, do something playful for a few moments, and somehow leave thousands of people talking about it for the rest of the day? For longtime ARMY though, the answer feels strangely simple, because this isn't new. This is something Jimin has quietly been doing for years, not intentionally, not through flashy headlines, but through an ability that fans often struggle to explain. A kind of natural magnetism, the type of presence that makes people pay attention without even realizing they're doing it. And Las Vegas Day 4 became another reminder of that. the performer who captures attention without even trying. One of the most interesting things about Jimin has always been this: he doesn't need to do more to stand out. Sometimes he actually does less and somehow becomes even more unforgettable. There are performers who command attention through power, others through loud confidence, others through dramatic energy, but Jimin often captures people through something quieter: subtle expressions, unexpected movements, small details, emotion. Even during soundcheck, where nothing officially big is supposed to happen, fans immediately noticed how naturally entertaining he looked. Relaxed, comfortable, playful, the type of energy that makes people smile without realizing it. And perhaps that explains why fans instantly reacted to his little attraction during day 4. Because moments like these feel spontaneous, real, unscripted. And in a world where everything often feels overly polished, authenticity stands out, especially from someone like Jimin. This isn't the first time a tiny Jimin moment went viral. If you've followed BTS long enough, you've probably seen this happen before. Actually, many times. There have been countless moments where Jimin accidentally became the center of attention without even trying. A random dance during rehearsal, a playful interaction backstage, an unexpected expression during interviews, a casual stage moment fans suddenly become obsessed with. Sometimes it's intentional fan service, sometimes it clearly isn't. But somehow, fans still remember everything. That's one reason fandom spaces often joke about something. Jimin can breathe and people will write essays. And honestly, they're not wrong, because his smallest gestures often feel meaningful. Not because fans exaggerate, but because Jimin naturally performs with emotion, even outside official performances. He has this habit of making moments feel personal. A glance into the crowd suddenly feels important. A smile becomes memorable. A tiny interaction gets replayed thousands of times. And Las Vegas Soundcheck Day 4 suddenly joined that long list of iconic little moments. Not because it was huge, but because it felt very Jimin. Why fans call him magnetic without trying. For years, fans have used one word over and over when talking about Jimin: magnetic. And interestingly, it's not always because of choreography, or vocals, or visuals, though obviously fans admire all of those things too. No, people often describe Jimin as magnetic because of how naturally he draws emotion from audiences. Even when he's doing something simple, there's an unpredictability to him. You never fully know what kind of energy he'll bring. One moment, he feels elegant and mysterious. The next, he's playful and chaotic. One second, he looks impossibly graceful. Then suddenly, he's laughing, joking, or doing something unexpectedly funny. And maybe that unpredictability explains why fans never stop watching. Because with Jimin, there is always the feeling that something memorable could happen at any moment, even during rehearsal, especially during rehearsal. The side of Jimin fans treasure most. Interestingly, clips like this often remind fans of something deeper. The version of Jimin many people love most isn't necessarily superstar Jimin. It's human Jimin, the one who laughs easily, gets playful, acts naturally, seems genuinely comfortable around fans. That softer side feels especially visible during soundcheck moments. There's less pressure, less structure, less perfectionism, and because of that, fans sometimes feel like they're seeing something real, something unscripted, a version of Jimin simply existing in the moment. That's why people replay these clips repeatedly, not because something shocking happened, but because something sincere happened. And sincerity sticks, especially in fandom, especially with someone fans have emotionally followed for years. Las Vegas Day 4 became more than just a soundcheck. What started as a casual rehearsal quickly transformed into one of those fandom moments people love revisiting. Fans clipped videos, made edits, added emotional captions, laughed together, shared reactions. And for people lucky enough to be there in person, the memory suddenly became something even bigger. Because concerts are already emotional, but unexpected moments, those become unforgettable. The things nobody planned for, the moments nobody rehearsed, the tiny pieces of joy that suddenly stay in your memory longer than the official show itself. And for many fans watching Day 4, Jimin's playful little attraction became exactly that kind of memory. Simple, unexpected, warm, the kind of thing that quietly reminds people why they became fans in the first place. Not only because of talent, not only because of performances, but because of connection. Because somehow, even from a giant stadium stage, Jimin still has a way of making moments feel strangely personal. And perhaps that's the real reason people couldn't stop talking about Las Vegas Soundcheck Day 4. It wasn't about how big the moment was, it was about how it felt. And once again, Jimin made people feel something, without even trying.